All right. Good morning, everyone, or good morning to everybody in the U.S. Good afternoon, good evening to everyone joining us overseas and abroad. I'm your host, 𝗪𝗏𝗿. I'm a SAP Solution Architect here at SilverTouch Technologies. Obviously, we're pleased to have you here with us today for our webinar on accelerating digital transformation and wholesale distribution with SAP Signavio. I appreciate everyone taking the time to join, and on behalf of SilverTouch, we're really excited to share our knowledge and experience with you. Today we have two fantastic speakers. The first speaker is 𝗪𝗃 𝗪𝗵𝗂. So 𝗪𝗃 is our pre-sales lead and oversees our pre-sales team for both SAP Business One and S/4HANA. We also have 𝗪𝗪𝗍 𝗪𝗏. So 𝗪𝗪𝗍 is our vice president at SilverTouch USA and head of our SAP practice. So both 𝗪𝗪𝗍 and 𝗪𝗃 are here in the U.S. 𝗪𝗪𝗍 is based in Houston, Texas, and 𝗪𝗃 is based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Myself, I'm in Fort Myers, Florida. So before we dive into the material, just a few housekeeping items. So everyone's microphone is muted to help minimize background noise. But we'd love to hear your feedback. So we are opening the chat window. So any questions or comments that you want to add there, please feel free to do so. We'll get to those at the end of the session. All right. With that, 𝗪𝗃, over to you.
Thank you, David. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in today. Let's straight away get into the agenda for today's webinar. So the agenda for today's webinar would be, I'll take you through who we are as SilverTouch Technologies. We have been, implemented hundreds of implementation in wholesale distribution. So we'll share our experiences with regards to wholesale industry as a whole and what are their key pain areas or the pain processes. Then I will hand it over to our SAP Signavio evangelist, Durgesh. He will take you through the SAP Signavio as a solution, what we have to offer you for wholesale distribution with regards to SAP Signavio. He will also take you through the system overview and demonstration, followed by the Q&A. So that's going to be the flow for our webinar today. So let's just get going. All right, so who we are. SilverTouch, we incepted in 1995. So we've been into this business for the past 30 years. Our head office is located in Ahmedabad, India, and we got our regional offices in USA, UK, Canada. We got 30 plus years of experience delivering solution for manufacturing industry, wholesale distribution, retail, project intensive company, and any resource management company. By the way, just to give you a background, we are a listed company in India. We are publicly listed in NSE and BSE, and we are also level 5 CMMI appraised company when it comes to developing, designing, and implementing the software solution around the world. So let's focus on our core services. As an organization, we provide the complete IT landscape for our customers. That include not only those enterprise solutions, which you can see on your right, which will include or comprise of S/4HANA private cloud, public cloud. We also do offer SAP Business One for small and medium enterprises and SAP Signavio for process mining. Now, when you adopt such solution, we also are a reliable partner for your platform solution. So when you want to host solution like SAP to either a cloud like Azure or AWS, by the way, just for your information, as SilverTouch is an organization, we've been also investing quite heavily in order to create our own data center. So we have got two separate different data center in US, UK, as well as in India. And some of our customers are been using our cloud services. Not only that, we are also a reliable partner when it comes to SAP Business Technology platform or any customized platform you wish to. There has been a lot of buzz about the AI and the machine learning or generative AI. What is that as an organization we are doing? So as 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗃, we have a separate wing, and we have been investing quite heavily in order to prepare those AI, machine learning, or analytical solution. And the beauty about those solutions are they are all embedded inside SAP Business One, so that you got a seamless user experience. Now, let's look at our SAP practice at a glance. So we've been in this industry for the past 30 years, and out of those 30 years, 20 plus years has been dedicated to our SAP practices. We are SAP certified partner across India, US, UK, and Canada. And we've been delivering our solution with a consulting base of over 100 plus SAP consultants, out of which 50 plus consultants are actually certified consultants. Our industry experience ranges around wholesale, consumer product goods, discrete manufacturing, and professional industry. Our team comprises of functional consultant and a technical consultant. So when we talk about functional consultant, we are not only talking about people who can implement a solution, but we are talking about people who has a lot of rich industry best practices and experience while they deliver a solution. Let's also look at our business process management practice at a glance. At 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗃, we have got more than 75 plus consultant who has done 10 plus Signavio projects been delivered so far, with 12 plus years of experience in delivering those business process management projects across wholesale and consumer and product goods industry. Our COE, which is our Center of Excellence, is a cross-functional unit comprised of experts in technology, business process, and change management. Only 25 to 30% of digital transformations succeed in delivering expected value. Why? Maybe because some of the partners may not have such a strong foundation when it comes to Center of Excellence. Our Center of Excellence revolve around expertise building. So we look for best and the best of the talent, be it on a functional or a technical capabilities. They all use innovative framework. They are domain experts. So when I say domain expert, not only in terms of the solution experts, but actually in industry champions. And they all go through regressive expertise building. So we run a lot of internal, external training sessions. We run a lot of dummy internal projects, prototypes. And while we build those prototypes or run internal projects, we rely on the standard SAP implementation methodology. For an example, SAP Business One or S/4HANA. For S/4HANA, we use Activate as a standard implementation methodology, while using those standard frameworks available out of the box of SAP ecosystem. Now that allows us to prepare a knowledge base, which comprises of not only the best practices, but it also allows you to capture the experiences while interacting or delivering solution for the customer. We release white papers or the case studies. And in this process, we are able to deliver or develop some of the components which we can reuse for entire industry for that matter. And that's where our success lies. Now, let me take you through our wholesale industry experience. As you could see, we have implemented more than 50 plus projects in this vertical. We have got 55 plus ERP consultants specific to the wholesale and distribution industry, which gives us a total experience of 25,000 hours of delivering the right fit solution across this retail, industrial, pharmaceutical, medical supplies, utilities, foods, and beverages. That's our target area, and that's our sweet spot. And we have been very, very successful about all those implementation. Now, having gone through this entire journey with our customer, let me pinpoint some of the key challenges with most of the wholesale distribution as an industry they come across. So let's look at the inventory management and efficiency. And these are some of the points which you will find it, or you might be very, very familiar when it comes to your daily operation, managing your business, like balancing your overstock, understock. You want to run your inventory at an optimum level. How do we solve that problem? By introducing some AI-powered forecasting, or maybe a solution which will give you real-time visibility. There are a lot of customers who had been struggling with the narrow margins, delayed payments, the longer delayed cash collection cycle, which put a lot of pressure with regards to how they run the cash flow and also the working capital. And please understand, when you have your inventory as an asset, you're not only looking at it as a movable or moving items. They are an asset. There is a bank loan on it, and there is also interest rate which is applying. So it adds a lot of pressure, when you're not effectively moving your inventory or managing your cash flow on those inventory. The world has evolved. People are looking at Amazon-like speed. So they are looking at an experience rather than just a buying and selling experience. So that's where the birth of CRM as a customer relationship management solution. So it's time that you probably need to deploy some omni-channel platforms to provide those excellent services. Order processing. Now, again, this has always been a tedious process. There's a lot of manual intervention. You're capturing the data in the silos and then probably in the disconnected system, and then you have to bring it all together. So you always need an integrated or a comprehensively integrated solution to manage that scenario. Pricing strategy. There is a very nice statistics down there. 83% of the distributors leak 1 to 3 margin points annually. If you are a 50 million revenue distributor, you actually end up losing 500,000 to 1.5 million on just those pricing strategy. And that's a distributor leak. How can we solve that problem? Yeah, can we have something like centralized pricing engine which manages the complex layer of pricing structure with the AI analytics? Moving on, as the demand grows, you need to expand. Yeah, and when you start expanding, you have more warehouse locations, and sometimes you end up expanding within inefficient layouts. There is a slow picking, there is slow fulfillment. How we can solve the problem? Maybe by introducing a warehouse management solution, or maybe by automating the barcode and the RFID tracking. We'll always talk about the regulatory compliance and the risk management. This is nothing to do with only the government taxation or the statutory compliances. We are also talking about the evolving trade. We're talking about the environmental effect. FDAs will look for a traceability regulations. How we can ensure that we remain intact and continuously deliver a solution which is compliant to the government authority or any compliant authority. We've also been hit by geopolitical tensions. So there is already a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. A couple of years ago, we were impacted by COVID-19. There are tariffs, there are supplier constraints. So there are a lot of disruption going across the globe, which is also impacting wholesale distribution by putting a lot of strenuous, and worrisome sign. But I think so we still need to evolve and develop ourselves as a more competitive supply chain distributor. There is always a dearth of labor shortages, the talent retentions. Again, there is nice little statistics here, like 13% of the labor shortfall projected by end of 2025. 13%. This is a massive number. And you're already looking at 64% of logistics roles unfilled as of today. How you can ensure that they remain intact, and how it allows you to grow with the people, because eventually you are running a business which is run by the people. So maybe some competitive compensation, career paths, and some sort of an automation so that it eliminates the human work or a repetitive work. And at the end of the day, you're always there is always a challenge in terms of how you can quickly move from the legacy system, the higher cost of adopting those technology, and the lack of expertise which is hindering your modernizations. So cloud-based ERP could be an answer here as well. So this is my perspective with regards to wholesale industry and what are the kind of challenges you come across. But now let's deep dive into the business process challenges, which we came across with some of our customers. So let's talk about this order processing and complexity. Just imagine that you have got like a bulk order coming in. Maybe some supermarkets are sending the orders through EDI, or probably you are receiving an email from a customer which comprise of hundreds of sales order, and each sales order comprise of 1,000 lines. Just imagine the kind of time it takes to manually transform those purchase order into the sales order into the system. Yeah. Now, just imagine the guy next door who's your competitor, who's probably running an automation or maybe some sort of an integration, and he'll be able to pick up this information seamlessly in real time. That saves time. Yeah. So just by doing those activities manually, it creates a lot of data entry error issues, data redundancy, process redundancy, wherein you waste a lot of time. And you are not helping your inventory team here, because eventually at the end of the day, the team is really looking forward, or a planner are really looking forward to those order information to come in so that they can kickstart their planning, their ordering process, so that they can receive on time, they can pick and pack, and they can dispatch it on time. Now, if you can solve that one simple problem at order processing complexity, the rest of the supply chain can be more effective. So we felt like, most of our 60% of retailers struggle with the supply chain inefficiency just because, because of the order discrepancies. Maybe we are not able to fulfill the delays, while we deliver to the customer, and eventually end up, not making our customer happy. Let's look at another scenario. Yeah, so the other scenario talks about, sorry, if you can go back, Durgesh, just skip the slide there. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. So if you look at this scenario, so it's a price war out there. Yeah, you're actually competing with not only the distributors who are next door, or you're actually competing with some of the biggest distributors like Amazon. And there is a price war out there. There are promotions, offer, discounts, loyalty program going on, and you need a platform to manage those complex pricing structures. Okay. Companies like Amazon's or e-commerce platforms are putting serious pressure, not only in terms of how they deliver effectively, but how dynamically you can roll out offers and deliver better customer experience. That is also what they are working on. And if you are not evolving very quickly, again, imagine you do not have that CRM or maybe an omni-channel platform, it will be difficult to provide that customer experience. And just top it up with a supply chain disruption, which is an unpredictable delays affecting your delivery timelines, you will lose your competitive advantage. And that's what our biggest worry. Let's look at another scenario where we are talking about, maybe the technology gaps. We already spoke about the omni-channel and the impact it is making, to this entire supply chain, or how we deliver to our customer over the period of time. So it's a real high time that, we actually adopt. It's also really a high time that, we get rid of our outdated system, which are hindering our innovation, because in order to integrate or in order to automate, you must evolve and you must adopt the latest and the greatest version of the technology or the solution available across the market, which not only help you, stay afloat with best of the best technology, but it actually ensure that, you continuously meet those complex compliant requirements, and you are also managing the risk better. Last but not the least, I would definitely like to touch base on one very important aspect of security. Now, if you are not at the top-notch technology, or probably at the best of the high breeds of IT infrastructure, just imagine the kind of money you are losing to those hackers, to those phishers, or the Trojans or the viruses, which might hack your entire system, and probably you end up losing millions and millions of dollars by just not upgrading at the right point of time your solution and your IT infrastructure. So just think through, these are some realistic challenges and how we can address those challenges. So I think so we all accept and we all agree that yes, yeah, you're on the right slide, Durgesh. Yeah, so we all accept and we all agree that yes, we are using solution, we are using an ERP, maybe we are also using SAP Business One. But it is also very important to understand what is our current state. We must need to understand, are we actually executing our processes effectively? What are those reality gaps? What are those hidden bottlenecks, which is costing us the time and the money? And let's be actually very open and honest about not to take those decisions based upon the assumptions, but on the basis of the evidence. How we can do that? And that's where I invite my SAP Signavio solution evangelist, 𝗪𝗪𝗏, to enlighten us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prateek, for walking us through. Am I audible, by the way?
Yes, you are.
So thanks a lot. And we covered the complete understanding of 𝗪𝗪𝗏. We covered the challenges that we face in wholesale distribution across the supply value chain. So what's the need of the day today? It's a visibility that we are asking for, right? When we spoke to many customers, they said, how can we get the granular level visibility? So that is to understand the current state, where they are, and where the revenue is getting leaked, where the resources are getting leaked, and how can we improve on that? And also give them the reality of the gap. Where exactly is the gap? Identify the bottlenecks, saying that, hey guys, in supply chain, we have these bottlenecks in order to cash or procure to pay. At what level we can improve on that, and give that a visualization effect, which we will try to show at the demo that we have created for, that how system can give you insight with a complete visualization on the time and various percentage as well, to help you guys to improve the inefficiencies, reduce the cost that is getting leaked, and also improve the compliance standpoint. Okay. But before that, let's understand what business process cycle is all about, life cycle is all about. It's like, say, I understand that my order to cash has to improve, which is like an Amazon speed, which happens same day ordering and same day delivering. How can I improve? It's an example when we take, what we do is we understand that what are the processes which is happening, where the order is coming from, where the product is getting delivered, how it is getting invoiced, how the payment is being collected, and then understanding where the problem is, getting the insights and the weaknesses and the gaps, and redesigning that so that we can improve on. And this is the actual process that takes place, and then executing the new process, which is to be processes, and see the effect of that, right? This is actually, if you look at it, this is the business process management lifecycle. And business process lifecycle management is not a project, it's a journey which happens regularly to improve on a daily basis, to understand, if I do this, what are other impacts which is going to come, and how do I improve on that stuff. It's about the people, it's not about the numbers. It creates one simple language across the board. It needs an organization policy to be met. So this is actually business process management lifecycle that we talk about. And how do we do? If I take an example, let's say we have order to invoice. Today we are doing in 14 days, and you have to improve to 7 days. And we have 4 steps or 4 workflows or 4 transactions that we have to do, which is called receiving the purchase order from the customer, executing that as a sales order, then create a delivery and the invoice. These are the steps, which today, if you understand, it's taking around 14 days. And the objective of the company is to reduce it to 7 days. What does we do? Actually, we understand, can we change the order? Instead of having sales order, can we do delivery and invoice and parallelly do invoicing? Or we improve or accelerate this by having more people? Or can we automate that? Or we reduce the complexity of creating a PO. Instead of that, we will have an integration with our customer. But how many customers do you have, and how many integration you're going to plan, or standardize it, or combine 2 and 3 together, your sales order and delivery together, or extend it a little bit more so that the compliance can be met. But if we say, guys, that this can be done now with a very powerful tool, which is called an SAP Signavio, which analyzes all these parameters, analyzes that how the system should be re-engineered so that, and do a simulation as well, that what effect it is going to improve from 14 to 7 days or 6 days or 10 days, and then launch that by making all the team members into confidence and the change management and implement that, and everything by a single tool, which is called SAP Signavio. So SAP Signavio is a business process suite, which is a cloud-based, which gives the company the ability to understand at a granular level, which is called an X-ray of all the processes which is happening in your company, to improve and transform all the end-to-end processes. Like any other tool, even this has various modules. It starts with project insights, process insights, process intelligence, modular, process manager, governance, and collaboration as well, which has a different roles and responsibilities or different functionality to address that. Okay, let's go deeper to understand what are all these modules help us out. Let's say, and the most important thing is it addresses all your 4 dimensions of the company, which is like you have a business strategy to improve your sales cycle or reduce your inventory or improve your cash management, improve your customer performance, based on what processes to be designed, what system is required to address these processes, and after execution, how to monitor that. These steps actually is what we call as process management or process mining, which starts with enablement, where we enable to capture the data, execute, and then analyze that, enhance it, design it, and make people aware that what's change coming, take their feedback, and then use the system, right system, which is recommended by, again, SAP Signavio, to implement that end-to-end and deploy and keep on running and improving all that stuff. So SAP Signavio, when we say it's a 4-dimension, plus SAP captures 4 dimensions as well. It captures what each transaction level, it captures who did that, what was his role, what data was created, what was the transaction for, and what was the impact on that. Okay. So let's go into deeper to understand all these 4 that I talked about just now has a different functionality addressed by different modules. Some company says, I just need to understand the insights and give me the intelligence on that. So these 2 modules we go and implement. Some says, no, I don't want to do that. First, I need to understand my workflows, my repository of each and every process document. We build that process manager. And then they say, hey, guys, I want to understand how to improve on that. Then we use this process manager to make the 2B as well, so that the improvement can come out there clearly. Some companies has a governance in place saying that everything should be according to the policies of the companies. The governance module monitors that to see that whether each processes which has been built addresses the governance. And we can do a simulation before even launching that into the production, saying that can we run this end-to-end and see whether it's really meeting or not. And if any recommendation comes, we can do also automation. So in turn, if I go a little more deeper, first 2 gives you complete understanding of it. What's happening in the company by capturing the data, mining it, and giving a detailed analysis of the business processes to tell you that exactly it's 14 days or it is 18 days. We have seen at some places where customer claimed that my order to cash is 10 days. But when we started analyzing it by capturing the data of last 2 years, we found it was from 18 days to 34 days. On an average, it was around 24 days from order to cash. And it was surprising to the customer as well. And we started improving on that, which are the transactions which was taking more time. And then identify and prioritize that as well. And give them the ability to fix things before you transform to a next ERP or next solution as well. So first 2 are to make them understand. Second is to improve. I have identified all my problems. How do I improve? Here, Journey, Modular, and Process Manager help you to redesign the 2B. From as is, it recommends, it makes you saying that you can eliminate that extra transaction that you're doing or do an automation to that, or expand it so that a governance is met, and also help you to meet that other wholesale distribution best practices available in SAP. Because SAP has come with almost like a 50 years journey by implementing more than 200,000 implementation globally. They have identified the best practices and the KPIs that is being practiced by top 500 companies, that it gives you a comparison saying that, hey guys, you are taking 30 days, but the same wholesale distribution which is there, similar to you are taking only 2 days. How do I improve? What particular processes they're automating? That gives you a clear picture to improve you, saying that you can improve on these. And these 2B processes can be launched by, again, recommendation coming from SAP AI algorithm, saying that, hey guys, this can be automated, which is repetitive. This can be modified a little bit by your app called no code, low code, which is on BTP. And some things can be a governance, which is human thing, saying that, oh, like say, for example, you don't want any order above $50,000 to not to be executed without the approval of a manager, and see whether that compliance or the policy is met or not. And some orders which need to be masked to not show that particular material to anybody other than the invoice which is happening, even that can be met, and if it's happening or not. So these are various modules, and these are various understanding or the functionality of these particular modules to be addressed. So let's go more deeper. Okay, what exactly it means for us. Okay, let's say collaboration. This is one of your module which helps when you're actually designing a process flow. It helps align all your stakeholders to an active collaboration. Say, for example, I design it, I send it to my colleague Kunjan, saying that, hey guys, can you look into that and whether this is meeting your quality requirement, and he can comment in the same and do the correction, which takes further without even changing anything to the market in the production system. And process insights and intelligence, as we discussed, gives you complete insights of what company is happening. It's like an X-ray, do a deeper analysis and mining of it. Journey, as I told, it builds a complete process flow of end-to-end. And of course, governance. And SAP has now come out with a value accelerators that I'll try to show as we proceed in the next slides. Okay, let's go to the next slide. One of the screenshots that I've taken, how the insight gains a visibility. Now we are executing multiple transactions, and each transaction has a value. Each transaction has a KPI. Every company has a KPI to perform. So this particular insights gives you real visibility, like an X-ray, which I told you, to understand what is going right and what is going wrong. Say, for example, I am from finance, or I'm from finance. I want to know what's happening in my company across various departments, across various functions, across various transactions. It gives whatever green color that you're saying, it is meeting or performing more than the KPIs. And the red color that you're seeing, it is below my KPIs, and gives you clear percentage. Say, for example, your account payable item not cleared via payment run. So approximately 35% of the invoice which is to be paid to your vendor, it's still not paid, which is worth 158. Account previously blocked for payment. So these, you feel that transaction is happening, people are executing, because SAP, you execute what's happening internally. You don't have that visibility because it's not physical, it's inside the system. But this captures the details and gives you. So which helps, let's say, for example, I want to understand why this particular item is blocked for payment. Why this particular cleared after due date. This particular, say this one, account payable is cleared after the due date. What's the reason? If I want to know, you can drill down further, which I'll try to show in my previous slides, next slides. Our offering, okay, once we have covered, this is our functionality of SAP Signavio. What does we offer from SilverTouch? And through our domain expertise of wholesale distribution, through our domain expertise of CPG industry, we have come forward and said that, oh, guys, we can help you in improving your process excellence by mining across your supply chain, procurement excellence, customer excellence, finance excellence, and even operational excellence. So any company which let it be B1 or SAP S/4HANA, who doesn't want to move to the next one, doesn't want to upgrade, they just want to have process excellence in place by improving their operations, supply chain, this particular service that we offer them. Some customer who are saying, hey guys, I want to move to the next one. I want to go to SAP S/4HANA or move from B1 to SAP S/4HANA or ECC to S/4HANA or any legacy to S/4HANA. But before that, I want to understand what were my problems. I want you guys to identify those problems so that I don't take the same problem to my next ERP. There we help you guys to understand what these ASIs built that, what are process flows and what were the problems to that. Help you create to be so that these problems are resolved and this should be a next to be. Say, for example, in order to cash that we showed, sure, it is taking for 14 days, but in the next to be, it should take only 5 days. So some processes I'm eliminating, some process I'm automating it, that gets moved to your next ERP. And effective rollouts. The Signavio can be used across all the stages of implementation, right from prepare to explore to your relation, to your testing, and also deployment. And also helps in recommending, saying that this can be eliminated, this can be innovated as well. Some innovation can be done and recommended by Signavio itself, which is a 𝗪𝗲𝗿 Signavio now. And some company says, I'm good, I don't need process excellence, I don't need any ERP transformation right now, not planned in my budget, but I don't have any repositories of my processes. I don't know what's the best ideal process that I have across the supply value chain. We help them map build their documentation and give them the repository of all end-to-end processes, be it your sales, be it your procurement, be it your operations, be it your R&D, be it your quality. We build all that and help train across the company, saying that these are the process documents that they can refer. Most of the companies, to our knowledge that we have spoken, any new employee who comes in, joins, he doesn't know where to go and ask to execute in SAP, what process to be used, what is the next process after creating sales order. This particular repository helps them out. And some they're saying, I'm good, I just need to harmonize 2 of my system, which is running in a same landscape of the company. I want to harmonize that. This, we also take up that as a service. Now, let me go deeper to make you understand what all in process excellence. In process excellence, again, we have 4 offerings that we give. One is just to give you a diagnosis, what's happening in your companies at a granular level. Where are the bottlenecks? We identify that, and we do that in just 3 to 4 weeks. Login, we have built our own template with our experience in wholesale distribution, build it, connect it, and identify the complete process, gaps, and the RACI matrix, and recommendation for automation, and doing a benchmarking with your similar industry, and any PI recommendation which comes up. So this is our first offering that we do, which we say diagnosis, which we take around 3 to 4 weeks. Some customer says, hey guys, I don't need this, but I need more advanced, which is, can you help me do a root cause analysis? Why this is happening? We go deeper into that in your order to cash, whether that material is rejecting, how many orders are getting rejected, how many deliveries are getting blocked, what are the reasons for that. We come out and do that root cause analysis and do a recommendation as well, and comparing that with the best practices. Some says, I need a solution as well. You have identified, you have done a root cause analysis. What is the solution for that? Here, we take approximately 12 to 14 weeks, give you an end-to-end recommendation that what should be the best solution for that. Let's say, in order to cash in your processing of your sales order, it is taking 2 days by having 4 people. Can we utilize, which is repetitive with this, no changes in that? Can we use automation to that? And in automation, instead of 2 days, it can help you create the sales order in just in half a day. where now these 4 people can effectively be in the market, get more sales functions, and get more closer to the customer. And the creation, the transaction can be done by automation. Some says my PO, which is received through email or through EDI, can I do more improved innovation to see that it seamlessly integrate and there is no issues in that. So we come out a solution as well that for one process that we capture, we do take approximately 12 to 3 weeks. And some company who wants to really go to the speed of Amazon that we talked about, same day delivery, we really work continuously with them. That today this quarter we improve from 10 to 7 days by having these corrections or re-engineering, and then after that, what is the change management, and then next quarter again try to improve on that. So we do that continuous operation as well. So these are our first operation for process excellence. Okay. For companies which are transforming from any ERP, especially SAP B1, which we work very closely as we spoke, we have around 200 implementations that we have done across the globe for B1. We are working with them to see that what functionalities, what processes, gaps identified, and help them transferring into SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud. We also help SAP ECC customer when they are moving to have a complete clean core, where we identify what are the how many materials created problem in the process flows, how many material was not in use, but by mistake the customer has created the order or sent the PO, and which has created delay in end-to-end process. Or any other legacy system, be it your homegrown other legacy system, we connect that with Signavio, with the connector that we have built-in connectors, and help them identify as is and to be and adopt that core clean concept and help them moving there. And not only this, once they start implementing S/4HANA, we also help them during the project, end-to-end project implementation, that is activate methodology. Using Signavio, Signavio will help them identifying the root cause analysis, build their as-is with the RACI matrix, help them compare the best practices. This is preparing phase. We capture all what is happening in the company and what should they target on. In explore phase, the company Signavio helps them identify 2Bs on pretty fast track, which is completely algorithm based, to say that if you follow this particular 2B, it will help you reduce so much of time and resources and leakage of revenue and meet the compliance. But these are the technologies that you need to add on. But these are the engineers that you need to do. And also conduct a simulation to do that. It really gives them a clear visibility, like what you're doing is exactly being met after you go live. In realization phase, all that is required, in what way it has to be done. It helps in testing material, training material, your effective to future material, everything will be built in realization phase, which gives a customer very clear visibility what is getting realized. And this is completely helped along with ALM as well, which was a future, in the past we used to call it a solution manager. During deploy phase, it's a collaboration module that we'll use to see that everybody is collaborated to what is being implemented, because all the 2B documents which is stored as a repository can be accessed across the business user to see that this is my business process and I have to follow these automations and these transactions, and also gives a complete end-to-end running of the system there. Especially for our B1 customer, okay? The customer which are in B1 and they are really excited to go and identify there, we have a fast track process excellence which can be done in 30 days. We take one particular process, help them improve on just in 30 days. We capture, we diagnose, and we recommend exactly what are the problems, where are the problems, how to improve those re-engineering things and all. Now we spoke about the processes, we spoke about the modules, we spoke about how granular level it is there. Let's see one system, one demo system, which actually have captured as a screenshot, but it will give you a feel of simulation that's happening around. on especially one item in wholesale distribution, that most of the sales order item gets rejected. You create a sales order, but one of the material in that sales order gets rejected because it's a wrong material. It's the pricing was wrong of that material. That material was not in the stock, but how the system will behave and how you can really go into the details to understand that. So first step, it's a landing page. This is the landing page of process insights. I'm a sales manager. I want to understand why there is a deviation and what deviation is happening in the company. The moment I click next, it takes me to the end-to-end process, which has various styles based on the departments, based on the business area, like source to pay, which is procurement team will handle it, plan to fulfill, which is my, again, procurement team handles of various functionality, lead to cash, which is again mine, which is lead to cash. I want to see what's happening in the sales. Here, I'll go and see what are additional functionality which is there. So the moment I click, it goes and says, hey guys, in your lead to cash, you have 3 different processes. One, where you just invoice for the services that you're given, because nowadays wholesale distribution not only sells material, but they sell services for the material which is sold, and they raise invoices for that. And second is selling sales order along with the invoice, along with the items, right? Along with the materials that you're going to sell. So now in this, we find there are 53% completion rate only, and it is taking 35 days for order to cash. How do I really see that? What are the bottlenecks? And it has taken approximately 1 year data, right? And the department is end-to-end lead to cash and finance department. So now my really attention goes and see how do I go more details to understand what is this 53% capturing. Here it takes, hey guys, hey Durgesh, this is what it is. 54% is your completion rate only, and you have 9 blockers, out of which you have 35 days completion, which is too big for me. So when I go and check, all these red colors that I'm seeing are my blockers. Sales order item blocked for billing. Sales order item blocked for delivery. Sales order item incomplete for goods. These are my blockers. Now I have to go details as well to check. Now these are telling me the numbers, saying 72.8K, that is 72,800 items are blocked because sales orders was rejected. I can also see that what is the total value because of that, right? And the moment I change here, instead of numbers, I want to go for value of it. It comes and says that 11%, which was a sales order rejected, the item which was rejected has created an impact of $276 million. So you can see numbers, you can see also in value. And now I can go drill down to understand what is the impact which is coming. This 11% which is there are from which plant? Which plant is the problem? So now the moment I say it is 110 plant, the problem is in the plant 1010, okay, which has the maximum item rejection. So I go into that plant as well now and check. Let me select this plant. The moment I select this plant, it goes further detailing. In this plant, I have 5 customers which orders, or 5 customer which is ordering that, and they have rejected this. And what was the rejection reader? I can go further into the details. Again, we are still in process insight, which is the simplest and easiest tool of, or the module of SAP. Here I can filter down saying that I need to know the reasons for the rejections. And I go here, check the reasons for the rejections of that all 5 customers and say, okay, it comes out. What are the recommendation as well? It says to help you improve that, it creates saying that create a tool which can create sales order from unstructured data. That's a recommendation which is coming. And it's also saying use these particular areas. And data incomplete for order creation. Which type is there? Situation handling. And further, if I want to drill down and understand, now this was getting into the details of it. Now SAP also came out with their accelerators. I can use that accelerator instead of going all that stuff and says use business intelligence from a lead to cash, okay, and identify value cases for order to cash, okay, and check where I can install that accelerator, select a dashboard for sales global value approach for sales S4. It really gives me that details as well. Same detail what I was trying to get there, I can use that accelerator and get it immediately there. What was the total deviation which is coming up? Okay. Now let's say I have here I can go again check the rejection items. It can take me out. It can help me saying that this is the total customer where I got rejection, and which are the plants, which was the plant, which are the 5 customer, and which was the material and reason for it. Now we have identified, the insight has given you the details of it, right? Now let's see which and where exactly the problem comes, or during the sales order, sales to order or order to cash, at which stage or which transaction is the problem coming. Here, the process intelligence come into the picture, where it has captured almost like 65,000 that we talked about, where we have created customer POS I've created sales order, I've created delivery. If you see, there is a deviation that took place, that the material is getting changed or rejected. So after having consumed almost 2 days plus 3 hours, it's almost consuming after 2 hours. Your system says that after so many days, the transaction is going for rejection, or because of the material which is not there need to be changed. So the recommendation says you need a cleansing of your master data. It says block all that master data which is not blocked, instead of saying all that recommendation comes from SAP. And this also can be cycle time. You know, here you're able to see the cycle time saying that so many hours it is taking. It also gives you numbers as well. Say, for example, item changed material. It has taken 5 hours to change. Instead of having just 59 minutes of delivery created to shipping, if I change that material, it has charged me extra 5 hours plus 1 hour, which is around 6 hours there. I can reduce that if I have my material which is cleaned. We are having really automated system in place. And similarly, this, instead of having, it can also give you event count, how many types it is there. So for example, that was a time which was saying days, it says 22, 21 items were totally gone into for item change here. So this is from my side. Any questions, any inputs, you can text.
Yeah, thank you, Durgesh. Very informative. A great presentation there. Prateek, thank you as well. Oh, yes, we do. We've got about 5 minutes left, so we do have a few questions. So let's get to those real quick. First question, can we get the system demo to our specific cases?
Yes, David, the answer is yes. We have our own system built in with the accelerators, especially for wholesale distribution. Our systems are ready. We can turn around in maximum 1 week to give them the demo. And if they want to give demo to their master data, we can also look into that.
Excellent. Okay. Second question, do we need specific technical skilled people to run this, or our current business people can run it?
No, this is a tool which is very user-friendly tool, where during an implementation, we train them how to use and decode the messages which are coming and captured by Signavio. So that training will be a part of and parcel of the implementation.
Okay. Third question, I have multiple systems running which are integrated with SAP Landscape. Will Signavio still be able to capture and help me out in process planning?
Absolutely, absolutely. Generally, Signavio is planned, or the process mining is planned across the business flow. If I'm saying order to cash, multiple systems, if it is there in my order to cash, we will be integrating all those systems and capturing and giving you that process. Of course, it can be done, but we have to understand how many system, what is the complexity, and then we can plan the timelines there.
Very good. Okay. Thank you everyone again for joining.
David, there was also one question in the chat which I replied. Someone was asking about the difference between the Signavio and Celonis. So to be very honest with you, we deal with Signavio as a solution, and we are the partner to deliver. So we cannot give you more information about Celonis, but I still replied back as an overview answer as a Celonis being a solution, which is also a unique solution available in the market, which is majorly focusing on end-to-end automation and handling the complex data and orchestrating automated actions. While Signavio is a solution mostly for process design, mapping, collaboration, and it's a complete suite, for your entire business transformation journey. So yeah, we can take those questions and probably deep dive into more detail when we engage with you in person.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
But thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your week.
Take care. Bye-bye.